Hey, deserving listeners, Love is Blind. Let's check it out.
Yeah, that's okay.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. It's okay.
Patrick,
Yeah.
they're like making it about, or like asked me if it's anything to do with what you look like, and it's just like.
Wait, what? That's interesting. So let's rewind that. They're making it, production, they're making it about the way that you look. And okay, so interpreting this, we don't know when that one-on-one interview happened, whether it was before or after when Patrick came. I don't know, because that would tell us a little bit. But in the one-on-one interview, in the edit, I was reading between the lines that she was trying to be as diplomatic as possible, or as careful as possible about how she worded things, right? And I think given her naivete, she thinks that what she said in the one-on-one interview doesn't say anything about lack of attraction, but that was pretty clear from what she was saying. Now, if she meant something different, then she should have been clear about that, because what she said was something to the effect of, well, let's rewind that, because I think this is going to be important as we move forward.
He's not a bad-looking guy in any sense.
All right, so let's break it down. He's not a bad-looking guy in any sense, but, all right.
But he deserves somebody that.
But he deserves someone that is so obsessed with him. He's not a bad-looking guy, but he deserves someone that is obsessed with him. How are we supposed to receive that? If she said something like, he's a very good-looking guy and he's very attractive, and I really love his personality, but there's just something that's missing. Because if that's the case, then she is really shooting herself in the foot by the way she said that, right? If you start off, like when you start off and say, look, you're a really good person, but we usually know what's going to follow that. There's going to be a criticism, right? So when you say he's not a bad, let's rewind.
He's not a bad-looking guy in any sense.
Yeah, that's telling, right? He's not a bad-looking guy. She's not saying he's a good-looking guy. Now, I want to be clear, as I've been saying, if she's not attracted to him, she's not attracted to him. She can't do anything about that. Even if there is a racist thing, there is definitely racism involved in our culture, and likely involved in all of our individual attraction and sexual preferences. It's pretty obvious when you start looking around at individuals in terms of the sorts of people that they tend to date. Now, we can't know what's in people's hearts, and there's no way to scientifically measure this, but it's pretty obvious when you look at large samples of people, and especially over time across culture, that the culture we're born into will heavily influence the sort of style of person that we're attracted to. Everyone has a different experience of it. We all have different biologies in terms of sexual attraction and quirks and whatnot, and experiences, like who we dated when we first started to date, that kind of thing can sometimes affect things either way. Anyway, so where was I? But she's saying he's not a bad-looking guy in any sense, but he deserves someone who's obsessed with him. So how are we supposed to? So then later, so let's go to that bit where she says they want to make it about, I think, race or looks or something, and which is, I guess, intertwined. But it's not necessarily intertwined. She could say it has nothing to do with his race and just to do with his looks, but she has repeatedly said that I don't think she's ever dated an Asian American, but I think there's a chance that she doesn't know very many. The way that it kind of looks is that there are a number of people on this season are not from the city of Denver. And I looked it up. The demographics of Denver actually have a lot fewer Asian Americans than I thought there were. I guess I'm just used to the West Coast where, I don't know, like 20% or more, especially in certain neighborhoods and stuff. Like there are communities. I was on the east side of Seattle, the Bellevue side, and around the mall and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, there's so many more Asians in Bellevue. And it's like you go to Chinatown, right? In Seattle, there's more Asians, but in Bellevue, there's more people that are working in tech, right? Because you have Microsoft and all the other stuff. And so there's a lot more Asians, South Asian. Anyway, point is that the fact that she hasn't dated an Asian might not mean she's not attracted to Asian American guys, but the fact that some of these folks might not actually be from the town of Denver. And there's not a lot of, anyway, I don't know what I'm saying. But we can use this as a jumping off point. What would be the jumping off point? Well, we can recognize that racism is a thing. We can recognize that it's unfortunate, and there are people that suffer. Really, everyone suffers, including those with privilege suffer, because it limits them. It can cause them to be racist and then to incur consequences. We can maybe reflect on our own attraction. Maybe if you're dating, if you're in the dating pool, you can think about, just reflect. Don't beat yourself up. Don't shame yourself. Don't try to change it necessarily, but just reflect on the sort of people you're attracted to, and maybe ask yourself, what about culture and what could I maybe change, right? What am I assuming that I'm attracted to just because I don't have experience or something like that? You know, I don't know. We can think about naivete. We can think about honesty. We can think about the inability to communicate. But anyway, let's go back to where she says, they want to make it about.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. It's okay.
Patrick,
Yeah.
they're like making it about, or like as we even said, anything to do with what you look like.
Okay. They're making it about if it has to do with what you look like, and I'm just like, no. So what is it? And she's being real touchy with him, which we wouldn't expect if she, but you could be touchy with someone that you have love for, but you're not ultimately attracted. Maybe she's overemphasizing a feeling that she thinks should be present, like obsessive love and va-va-voom kind of thing. And maybe there's even something that kind of gave her, not the ick, but some kind of like, I don't know if I feel as comfortable as I was hoping I would feel, which I often will think, well, yeah. For some people, when they meet in the hallway, it's, all guns a-blazing. But for some people, I would imagine that it would take a little bit of time to adjust, right? It's a weird dichotomy to have all of that love and affection, and then suddenly there they are, and you didn't expect them, you didn't know what they looked like, but now that they're there, it's just like there's a new introduction that needs to happen, right? Of the way they look, the way they feel, the way, the way it feels to consent to going physical, right? It's a weird situation because usually all of those things happen in parallel, right? The conversations and the slow build up physically. Anyway, but so she's saying they want to make it about the way you look, and I'm like, no. Okay, well then what is it?
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. It's okay.
Patrick,
Yeah.
they're like making it about, or like as we even said, anything to do with what you look like, and you're just like, no.
Yeah. I trust you.
It's just like,
I want to remind y'all, in case I've been pausing and rewinding and rewatching, that it's not clear that she has yet to tell him that she's breaking up with him. He just thinks that she doesn't want to be on the show. And so everything she's saying, he's like, yeah, totally. I'm in,
No, you're good.
like thinking about like everything else that comes with all of it,
Yeah.
my family.
Don't worry. We can take it slow. We can slow it down.
yeah, it's painful. He's like, yeah, it's fine. We'll take it slow. And she's like, no, you understand I'm breaking up with you right now, even though I'm hugging and kissing you and telling you that I love you. Yeah. Your family. What? So, okay. Best case scenario, or one of them, which isn't great, is that the reality of having to live in the real world and telling her family, who might be controlling or still conservative anyway, and she has to tell them that she went on a reality TV show and now she's engaged, and she knows that they would disapprove. But usually, that happens on the show, but they don't usually break up with the person they're in love with, So what did she just say?
No, I don't. It's not that I don't love you.
Yeah.
I don't want to slow down that way. I just like got home.
I don't want to slow. She sounds confused. I just got home, the hotel, and what's happening?
It's just,
Yeah.
or like to the hotel.
Yeah.
I'm just so much.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry.
I was like, I'm gonna break his heart, and that's just not what I want.
You're not gonna break my heart to not go to Boston.
God damn. Fucking A. Yeah, right. Yeah, because that's what she's saying. And he's like, no, you're not going to break my heart. We can go slow. We don't have to go to Baja. We're engaged. I'm in love with you. Look at this chemistry we're having right now. Golly. Just...
Break my heart. Breaking my heart is breaking my heart. Going to Baja is not going to Baja. Dad, don't feel bad. You're good. Don't worry about it. It's...
Like, it has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
Yeah, no,
Girl, you got to define it. I can't do it. It meaning I can't do you. But all you've been saying is Baja. So he thinks it is Baja. He doesn't know it is him.
no, it's like, trust me,
Then, like, keep going.
it's gonna just be too much pressure. Let's go back home. We'll have a lot of fun now. Okay.
No,
You're good.
I can't. Like,
You're good.
I love you so much, and I feel.
It's such a loop. No, I can't. I love you so much. I get it. I also, I said this earlier that if you had a videotape of a major breakup that you did where you broke up with someone, there's likely cringe in there. Especially if you knew for a month and you were waiting for the right moment, right? So it's not strange to beat around the bush or to have a hard time saying the words, but it's hard to watch because he's just like, yeah, we're good. We just won't go to Baja. And let's go home. Yeah, let's live the rest of our lives together. And then you just see her. No, you don't get it. I just love you so much. You're this loop.
No.
You're good. I love you too. You're good. Okay. You're good. It's not gonna change anything. It's not gonna change anything.
It's definitely going to change something. Patrick, it's like, tell him, separate and tell him.
I know. I feel you.
I don't know how you're gonna get my number. You have my last name.
Yeah. You have Instagram?
Yeah, done.
Cool. Yeah.
Just now, are they going to date, or is she going to break up with them? What's happening? So if she is breaking up with him, he could be really hurt and really angry that she's doing it this way on camera, that she's kissing him and he's being vulnerable. He could feel like he's a fool. I don't think he's prone to that way. I mean, I think anyone would feel that way. If he were Mike, for example, I think he would have a really bad reaction to that. But I don't think he would have that. But I think he would still have a reaction. And he could feel like, so that whole time while we were kissing and I thought we were just not going to Baja, like you were done with me. Why were you doing that? Yeah. And this sort of, again, so how many people, when they're breaking up with someone, will have to resist what she's doing for the sake of not hurting the other person more? That you would want to reach out and hug and kiss because you still care, but you ultimately do want to break up, and she is unable to resist or has a hard time editing herself or caring about his feelings. I don't know, or understanding, or this is her way of being apologetic, right? I don't know. Everything depends on how he receives this, because it could be all over the board. If ultimately in the end, when she does eventually break up with him, if he's just like, if he were being honest, which we wouldn't know because he on camera wouldn't necessarily tell the full story. But if in his heart he's just like, yeah, it sucks. And honestly, I'm kind of glad she did it the way that she did, because I've been broken up with before and it was a lot worse. So it sucks to be broken up with, but it's pretty clear that she's sorry and that she likes me, and that's nice. But, you know, so we don't know. Or he could just be like, what the fuck? I can't believe that she thought she was breaking up with me and was just lying to me by omission and hanging me out to dry and humiliating me on camera, when all she had to do was just say, I'm breaking up with you. That's all. It's a simple phrase.
All right. I'll see you back home.
I don't know what we do.
What the? I'll see you soon. Okay? Thank you.
And then the body language is so strange. You know, I don't want to let you go. What is happening? Now, she could be thinking, I really care about him, but I just am not attracted to him, or I'm not feeling it with him, and I just love him as a person, and I need to hold on to him. It's not that kind of holding on. The kind of holding on, it looks romantic, doesn't it? But I don't know. I could see she's kind of an odd duck, so I could see her kind of being out there with stuff like that. I don't know. But yeah, what do you think? Actually, I probably know what you think, because I did a survey. I administered a survey a bit ago, and I put out the survey after this episode aired. So I'm guessing on that, because I don't look at the results of that until I'm caught up to where you were when you filled out the survey. So watch out for a member-only video where I go over what you think about Casey.
I still feel good about her. I mean, I think I'll probably take it slow with her moving forward, but she says she still loves me, so yeah.
Yeah, and now she's still, that's the sort of look of two people that are star-crossed, and maybe that's what it is. She mentioned family, but then she said he's not a bad-looking guy. I don't know. So a lot of indications that it does have to do with the way he looks, but to his face, she can't say that, and she's blaming it on our family, even though she was adamant that her family was totally fine, because all the white people in her family have fetishized people of color. That's a dick. I don't know that. Yeah. But look at that. I mean, yeah. What is happening?
I think she's pretty genuine.
This is one of the weirdest breakups for sure that we've ever seen on the show, but maybe ever. Now, wait, I hope that they actually do make it to the next phase, because I want to see them together, but yeah.
I think she's gaslighting. You could tell we're attracted to each other. It has nothing to do with physical attraction.
Now, I think basically what she is telling us and showing us is that she's attracted enough to him, or she doesn't need to be attracted to somebody to do all that stuff with. I mean, not that she would be repulsed, but that she doesn't have to be romantically kind of really oomphed with someone. I think that's what we're hearing, because she's saying that he's not a bad-looking guy, but he deserves someone that would be obsessed with him. And so I need to break up with him for both of our sakes. And when I break up with him, I'm still, basically attracted to him. I think that's what we're seeing. And I am a heart on sleeve sort of person, so I can't help but to do. Well, let's look at her. What I have in the notes here. Let's see. So the on and off relationship guy. Oof. So is that a factor here? And she also said, I've never not been cheated on. So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm so appreciative of the experience. It's been amazing. If you guys still want to take me to Baja, I'll still go, but for the most
I mean, at this point, it kind of sounds like he knows he's being dumped. I don't know. I don't think so, though. But he's like, yeah, if you want to take me to Baja, I was looking forward to that.
part. Thank you, guys. Did she give you? So did she say she needed to go home? Is that what she told you guys earlier?
Oh, no. Yeah, so he hasn't been broken up with yet. And he asked the producers, so it would put the producers in this really weird position of, maybe you should talk with her a bit more, because I wouldn't want to tell him what she was telling the producers. Also, I think the producers have a policy that they don't communicate for people. So looks like we're going to see a little bit more here.
How you feeling?
All right, so if you didn't catch that, it said 45 minutes earlier. All right.
I just unfortunately don't think like my attraction to him is going to grow that much.
Okay, yeah, so that's very clear. There's, I think, a glass of white wine, a pretty hefty one, in front of her, so I wonder if the breakup had something to do with that. Just being intoxicated, compromised cognitive ability, can't hold a thought in your head long enough to make sure that you bring it home in terms of the breakup. And also being uninhibited with your kissing and whatnot. So I don't know. So at some point, she's going to tell him.
And it sucks.
Yeah, I want to rewind that because the way that she said it had a different vibe. So let's rewind.
I just unfortunately don't think like my attraction to him is going to grow.
I unfortunately don't think that my attraction to him is going to grow that much. Yeah, that kind of fits with what she was saying earlier, that, and the way she was showing that there is some attraction. So I don't know if I finished this thought, but I had a thought that maybe she has this false understanding of what the beginning of a relationship should look. Yeah, I did talk about that. That if she gave it time, if there is attraction there, why would she not give it like at least another few days when they're in Baja? Because, you know, maybe it will grow. You don't know. Like it's in the hallway. How would you be able to generalize how things felt there? I mean, you're under scrutiny. There's, you know, you're probably all dolled up and not really comfortable. Like, you know, wait till you're in your pajamas and hanging out with someone. Maybe, you know, maybe there's a lot of stuff, you know, people have things grow in that way. So, you know, so to speak. And, but it's likely that she's just saying it in a nice way, that she's just not attracted to him. And she's wording it in this obscure way for obvious, not only just because people will do that, but because of the racism issue.
I just know and I think it would be so unfair to him to have us go to Mexico and then me have to like tell him there that I just don't think I could get there with him, like, period.
Wow. Well, that's definitive. I can't get there with him, period. Meaning I am not attracted to him at all. Yeah. Yeah, we would hope that would be the case for someone to pull the plug after the hallway, because we would hope that if it was a question mark, you would give it some more time. So, yeah, we would hope it would be quite definitive, and she just worded it for the first time, and for me anyway. And I'll say again, turn down the fucking music, editors. It's fine that you want to provoke an emotional response. There's a soundtrack, it makes sense, but just, can you turn down the lyrics? Just, it doesn't have to be blasting. We're trying to hear someone.
Love his patience in when times are tough, and hope I get to see you when I get back.
I mean, is Christopher Nolan editing the sound? Is it purposely trying to eliminate the dialogue? I don't know. Maybe it's my speakers. Yeah, so he still doesn't know that he just got dumped. Awful. Awful.
6 engaged couples have just seen each other for the very first time.
Okay, I need to take a break. And I'm gonna, because Stacy has seen ahead and she's been keeping track of things, so I'm gonna go ask her what she thinks of the whole Casey thing. I'll be back. Okay, so yeah, we see eye to eye, Stacy and I, on the situation. We went over all the just confusing nature of it. And Stacy told me that Casey is receiving death threats, which is just, of course, right? And the death threats obviously are terrifying and problematic, but it just represents the tip of the iceberg in terms of the bullying, the mob bullying that occurs to anyone on the show, particularly women, and not okay. You can have your criticism. We don't know what's happening is the thing. And if we want to fight racism or uncool behavior, then let's fight that. But let's not bully someone for this. Now, I'm going to take a guess and say that Patrick today is at least thinking, I don't want anyone to attack her, particularly death threats. So, as I said before, if anyone is attacking her on behalf of him, and he's like, don't do that for me, then it's just bullying. It's just trying to make someone else feel like shit because you feel like shit, which very temporarily distracts you from the fact that you feel like shit, which is not fucking okay. It's not okay you feel like shit, but it's definitely not okay that other people, that people are taking, I'm not saying you, I'm just, now, I don't know, maybe something happens moving forward, but the kind of the way Stacy was saying, because she doesn't like to spoil things, I don't want her to spoil things, it kind of seemed like Stacy was saying that that was the end of their story, that we don't hear from them again, but I don't know. Well, I'll keep watching. All right, well, I want to remind you to take care of yourself, take care of others, allow others to take care of you, ask for help, offer help if you have the capacity, because we all deserve it. We really, really do.